so Lusamine is crazier than we thought, and the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime is taking a different storyline. Well, welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlis here, and it looks like we're going to be doing a crazy update to everything going on outside of the video games for Pokemon Sun and Moon. So I just adore the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. The storytelling is brilliant and deep, the battles are awesome, and overall, it's just a wonderful series. But this time, we get to splash in a little bit of extra fun, because now we're going to be talking about the Pokemon Manga, and as we've known in the past, it has gotten deep, it has gotten dark. I mean, we have crazy things like the zombie Pokemon, and God knows whatever that is. So I mean, it isn't afraid to take those depths that we're not used to in Pokemon, because it will be that more edgy, adultish kind of style. But I was not expecting this. Like this might be one of the, I want to say this is one of the worst things the Pokemon anime has, or not the Pokemon anime, that the Pokemon manga has showed. So let's go and kick off this video with that. So Burnett and Lillie are having a nice little conversation. It seems like it's not going to go that crazy, but my goodness. So got some shopping to do in Howley City. Why don't you come with me? You know, Lillie, it looks like she's ready to go into her Z form. You know, she's ready to break out of her shell and become a more independent person. So as you can see, shopping? Clothing? Yeah, I'd like to buy my own clothes. Now that's already starting it off in a pretty rough position, because you can tell that Lusamine has really had a lot of control over Lillie, and that's being exaggerated in Pokemon Adventures, but it takes it a step too far. We'll go to the boutique then. Your clothes you're wearing now are pretty cute too. Did you pick them out yourself? And then immediately Lillie just goes into the PTSD. Like that is horror. That is pure terror in Lillie's face, and we find out why. So immediately after, Lillie starts shaking and actually drops to the ground in just like this crazy flashback, and then we see it happen. My, how hideous. As we see a frightened Lillie in front of some mirrors in a dark, shaded out background. Sit, wear your hair down, and change into this. I don't want anything hideous to be near me. I don't want to see anything hideous either. Oh, that is so messed up. So the only time in Lillie's life where she has tried to express herself and tried to find independence, nah, like look at her. She wants to be wearing her own clothing. She has her, like she already has the get up in the post game or like in the story later on storyline. And for the most part, you know, everyone else loved it. It's like, yeah, you look great, Lillie. What's the matter? And then yeah, we can see that Lusamine did not like this. Lusamine wanted beauty. Lusamine wanted to turn Lillie into the Nihilego that she couldn't have. And that is as messed up as it gets. Like, don't go and embarrass me, Lillie, my dear. Like, that is so creepy. That is so wrong. I can't, and there's so much to like just digest and take in right now. Like, I can't really understand all of that, and it's so traumatizing. Just the mention of Lillie's clothes, like, oh, your clothes look nice. That all of this, you know, Lillie felt like she was about ready to become independent. She was about ready to get her own clothes. She was about ready to start anew, and then just that one little thing, like, oh, your clothes look nice. And that's like, no, these are the clothes that mom made me wear, that mom has forced me into. And then, like, boom, just immediately goes into darkness. Cosmog actually picks up on Lillie's negative emotions. She passes out, and that's kind of it. But it's wrecked. This is so crazy, because if we remember that when we were going on with the original announcements for the Ultra Beasts, we didn't know what to make of Ultra Beasts. There was even some theories going around that the main characters themselves are actually Ultra Beasts, or the Ultra Beasts can transform into humans. And then if we look at UBO1's initial description, its body is composed of a glass-like substance. However, it's constantly changing shapes, never settling on one. While evidence of something like a survival instinct can be found in UBO1, no one knows whether it has a will of its own or any emotions. It's said that for some reason, its movements resemble those of a young girl. So the question was always, you know, what does Lillie have to do with the Ultra Beasts? Why does UBO1, why does Nihilego look like Lillie, and why is it mimicking its movements? Does that mean that, you know, UBO1 has an affinity for Lillie, or is there some kind of relation going on here? Nah. We were all wrong. That Lusamine, actually, I mean, it's so weird, because as we understood more about the story, as we've seen more from the anime, as well as more from Pokemon Sun and Moon, Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, we've known that Lusamine has this intense fascination with beauty. that Naligo is the most beautiful thing that Lusamine has ever seen, and she wants it. Lusamine wants to fill the void in her own life by obtaining Naligo and doing anything to make that happen, and then even forcing aspects of Naligo, what she has seen in her past, onto her own daughter, and then distancing her in her own insanity. It brings so much together in the most messed up way. My goodness, that's too crazy for me, guys. Like, honestly, if you get really into the story, if you really have, like, that passion for Pokemon and understanding what's going on in the world, that is so twisted. Now, the anime is also getting pretty intense as well. I think we've seen one of the more violent scenes that we've seen in a couple of years out of Pokemon, and that's Ash just going right into Faba and decking him into a wall. Like, that is intense, that's ridiculous, that's awesome, I love it. That's some of the reasons why I like Pokemon Adventures, because you get that action, you get a little bit more violence that you find in the regular side of Pokemon, and it is very fitting because this is where we're seeing a change in the storyline. So between Pokemon Adventures, Pokemon Sun and Moon, Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, now the anime, there's different tellings as to what is going on in the Alola region. I think it's pretty interesting because Lusamine actually didn't want this. You know, she understood that the project was too dangerous, and now we've already covered this before, that Lillie is afraid of Pokemon because of her previous engagement with Naligo. Naligo came through the Ultra Wormhole, it was barely stopped by Silvally, and because of that scarred Lillie, but Lusamine also wanted to be very protective of Lillie from there. That Lusamine in the anime learned what is more important. You know, this strange thing from another dimension, even though she really wants it, you know, flesh and blood matters more to the anime Lusamine. However, there's still the obsession there. There's still crazy Lusamine hiding in the background in the Pokemon anime, and we can see this, that unfortunately Lusamine and the gang and Ash and all of his friends and stuff were not able to stop Faba from opening up a new wormhole, and Naligo appears, and then for a second, Lusamine's looking at it like, yes, my Naligo, my precious darling. And then she snaps herself out of it. She's like, no, you gotta focus. Lily's in danger, you know, this is bad, you know, can't let that get the best of me. So she snaps out of it. Silvally shows up, tries to fight it. There's like an army of them. Silvally's not even strong enough to handle it. And then right as Naligo is going to swoop in and capture Gladion, Lusamine throws herself in front. So, I mean, this is a selfless Lusamine that cares for her children more so than the children care for her, because, like, you know, they're just having like this, oh, come on, mom, you know, you're kind of weird kind of thing, you know, there's not like this full family acceptance going on, but they start to develop that as this story progresses, and then Lusamine is the one that ends up getting abducted by the Naligo instead of welcoming it. So, I mean, that's like the crazy anime game difference right there, that Lusamine's like, yes, I want this. She even caught one in a beast ball and then summoned it just so that she can go into this transformation. But now Lusamine, like, made the right choice out of, like, a parental love in this case. And that's crazy. And then Lillie, once again, devastated. Poor Lillie could just never catch a break, man. She freaking gets snatched by Naligo, almost possessed, barely saved. She has to watch her mom get ripped from her, but then in like the Adventures manga, she also has to be like just forced in this abusive relationship with her parents. It's crazy. And even with all that going on, there's still another thing that's blowing my mind about this. We are already at this point in the anime. The anime is booking it. This is only episode 51. Let's Plays of Pokemon Sun and Moon are moving slower than the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime. Just let that sink in. Like, they're at Pony Island already. We're already at the late game story. We almost never see this out of the Pokemon anime, but it's happening for Pokemon Sun and Moon. That's probably because we do have a 2-year life cycle on the 7th generation as we go into Nintendo Switch. So that's going to spice things up quite a bit. But also, in that same episode, we have the Totem Komodo get taken down by Fairy Silvally. Like, that multi-attack is cool. And then also looking at the Silvally with like the pink and stuff, it's a little awesome. I gotta say, like, it's a pretty cool battle sequence and also comes through really well. But yeah, we're already here at episode 51 in the anime. That's crazy, but we still got stuff to talk about. So in the anime, we're dealing with the Ultra of the Sun and Solgaleo, and then Solgaleo actually uses its Z move to open up an Ultra wormhole. That way we can actually find and track down Lusamine and rescue her in this case. Like, that is, the changes are fascinating to me. Because, yeah, we actually see it in the game, that when you use the exclusive Z move, you go into a wormhole, and then you attack the opposing Pokemon in Ultra Space, but they were able to use Sunshine Smasher in a way to actually tie it in with the story, since we don't have an artificial wormhole to go through and the Ultra Recon Squad hasn't shown up just yet. So that's so, and even if they do show up or not, you know, we don't know if that's going to be the storyline that's saved for the movie, or if there's going to be some kind of tie-in with the anime and whatnot. But also the movie is looking to be a completely different story from what we've seen, so it's all over the place right now as to where the anime is going. But then when they get inside of it, the truth is revealed. So even though we have chill Lusamine, doesn't hold like resentment against her children, it doesn't even look like she's trying to put on a face either. You know, it's not like she was masking her evil intentions the entire time. But the truth comes out. Perhaps half her feelings are true as well. So pretty much the idea is that we already saw it earlier on, that she's still fascinated by Nihil Ego. She was able to suppress it, but now that Nihil Ego is taken over, it's easier for her to kind of get those emotions. Meaning right now, from her point of view, we're just nuisances trying to take her precious toy away from her. So they call Nihil Ego a toy, and it's childish. You know, it's funny how the children are calling the parent childish in this situation, but that's how she is behaving. So I think there is like this really weird flip on it, and it's something that didn't really connect in the story for Pokemon Sun and Moon as much when you're playing through the games, but it does make sense. Like, yeah, she's like a child that's trying like to get her toy at any cost, and this fascination doesn't make any sense. It's a devastating, destructive beast. It's destroying her, but she still has to want it. She still has to have it because she's so infatuated by its beauty. And then that's like kind of it. Like, she has her toy, so now she's letting that playtime take over, even at the cost of her own friends and her family as well. So then we get to episode 53. Once again, just madly outpacing any Pokemon Let's Play, because by episode 53, Lusamine is battling with her totem / ultra powered up Pokemon. So yeah, we actually see that fight against Clefable and stuff, but then another incredibly amazing moment happened. Like, this mini arc from like episode 49 up until episode 54, it just made me smile. It just made me happy. Like, every time something cool happened, it felt cool. It felt amazing. And then there's a point where Kukui comes in, and he goes man mode. He defends his lady, and I can only have the utmost respect for that, but it's against, like, all the Jangmo-o and Hackmo-o and stuff, and he actually proves his worth as a trainer, and I feel like we need more of that in Pokemon. Like, there's just so many awesome scenes throughout this little arc, and I feel like, yeah, like I was saying, we need more awesome trainer moments. You know, it's like, okay, cool, you're a gym leader. Yeah, that's just the title. You're a powerful trainer, supposedly, but you're going to get whooped by the main character in their plot armor anyways, so, you know, where's that moment? And we see this with Kukui. It's like, alright, we just got a ton of Pokemon in the way right now. We gotta stand in. He strikes an awesome pose, throws out his Braviary, slashes him down, and that is amazing. So then Ash and Pikachu, Ash puts on the cap, or not Ash, Pikachu puts on Ash's cap. They charge up the 10 million volt Thunderbolt. They freaking invent a Z move on the spot to try to weaken the Nihil Ego, because this thing is almost invincible. Like, no matter what you throw at it, it's just going to absorb it, and it's just going to not even care. But at least it was enough damage to free Lusamine, and then there's a nice family reunion with that. But then, at the end of it, just when you think it's over, like, as I was watching this, I was thinking, huh, I wonder if that does mean that we're going to get, like, a Nintendo Switch game in the summer. Or, you know, the 2018 Switch game is going to be earlier than the holiday release than we're expecting. You know, maybe like August, September, maybe an October release like we've seen for some of the other generation games, like Pokemon X and Y. And then Poipole appears. So I was about to say, like, if we're at episode 53, we've got a couple months till the movie, we've got a couple months till a new game comes out, we have, like, all this time. It's like, what are they going to put in? Well, Poipole appears, so it looks like we're going to get a little bit of an extra arc added on. But now Poipole's in the anime, so we're having, like, this crazy mix as well. It started off as, like, just an anime storyline, but then we got a little bit of the Sun and Moon story. Then we got a little bit of Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Then it went and did its own thing, and now we're back in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon with the Poipole, though. Still not much sign of the Necrozma. Again, don't know if that's the movie or going to be saved for this Poipole arc. We don't know where the Ultra Recon Squad is coming in, even though the Aether Foundation has created a new branch of Ultra Guardians. So it looks like now Ash and the gang, they're going to go and hang out in the Ultra space and explore Ultra wormholes and stuff. So I don't know how they're going to be able to fight Ultra Beasts. That they already seem incredibly overpowered for the anime, which is what happens from time to time. You know, some Pokemon are classified as legendaries, or they're just like undefeatably strong, even though their stats and their abilities and stuff differ from the games. But I mean, yeah, now Poipole's hanging out there. Does Ash capture Poipole? He's technically like in charge of Solgaleo. I believe he calls it like his Solgaleo or their Solgaleo. So, you know, Solgaleo's there to back them up if needed. And Poipole, it can mimic human speech. So that's going to be like mythical Pokemon story arc time for fun and shenanigans. And that's where we are right now. So I really want to update this one. When I found out about the Pokemon Adventure, I'm like, this is real. This is official. This isn't fan art. You know, this isn't like some kind of person that's like trying to tell the storyline in like some kind of edgy way. You know, you see that from time to time. People make a fan comic, or you know, they just have their fan fiction, and this seems like something out of an edgy fan fiction, but no, it's official. It's real. It's devastating. And then we see the anime also taking a nice little spin to kind of add everything for Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. So it's going to tie up everything real nice. I hope you guys got caught up with me as well. And I also want to put in a little bit of like extra cool stuff from the Pokemon Adventures manga. They just have some really neat moments. Like we have Fishing Waifu right here. You know, there's no need to worry. We won't do anything violent right away. We'll talk to them first. Like that is an epic glare. I have so much respect for just the detail and the atmosphere that the Pokemon Company has been able to set up with the Pokemon Sun and Moon story, and I absolutely love it. So if you guys enjoyed the video talking about all that crazy stuff, and I hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.